Welcome to Culture No Cap. I'm your host, Eric Spencer, along with co-host Reverend Eric Helton in the building. What's up, man?
What's good, homie? What's good?
Hey, good, brother. What's going on with you?
And another beautiful day till tomorrow when it's cold.
It's supposed to be cold tomorrow?
I don't know. It's supposed to be in the 60s,
Oh, that's
which
not
ain't what
cold,
it
man.
is today. It ain't what it is today.
Well, I think today's like 82. We just got, we just fortunate on that part. But it's it's spring, man. It ain't summer.
Yeah, I like summer.
Don't start that, man. You happy? This is,
I
the
mean, I'm
year.
happy any day above ground. I'm
Right.
just saying.
You just saying. You just saying, man.
You can have your
Well,
preference.
you can have your preference, brother. You can have your preference. Well, I hate to start off with saying, here I go. I
No,
always say that.
you really don't. You don't. You really don't. Go ahead.
Man,
Let me tell you a little secret before you start out.
go ahead.
You picked the lineup, so you knew you were starting out sad. But go ahead.
You're right. So, if I can get everything going, the death of KYREN LACY, LSU football player, man. Sad story, man. Have you followed this story? Is it
I've seen
happened?
some of it. When they first said it, and they said suicide, I thought they found him like in an apartment, but they didn't.
Yeah, apparently it was a chase,
Mm-hmm.
which is how he got in the situation to start with. He was facing a manslaughter case where he killed someone in his vehicle.
Yep.
Um, yeah, sad case, man. I think he had entered the draft, right?
He had
He'd already
entered the draft, and
mhm,
he would have been drafted.
yeah, and to take his life, but he was set for trial, or his case was starting today. Was set to
Mm.
start today, and the day before he ended his life. Uh, but hate to lead into something else, but do you think this is a product of the NIL
No,
in college?
no, don't
Now,
blame it.
now listen, now hear me out. Hear me out before you shut it down. Hear me out. Hear me out. So he was in a high speed chase. He had one of those. I think it was a Charger.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Charger. I'm sure he probably was able to purchase this vehicle with NIL money. He's one of the top players, right or wrong.
Okay.
But you see a lot of these situations, not like to this extent, but the speeding and the fast cars and all these things happening. Don't you think that could have been a product of NIL? It led to this, the
No,
purchase of these fast vehicles and stuff
no,
like that.
I
Why?
don't. Not for
Why do you
not
say
because he was a young guy. Uh, when you was that age, was you driving a Charger
no?
or was you driving fast?
I was driving fast, but not a Charger. Chargers are known to be fast, right?
Well, you can still be drive. You can drive a Pinto and be fast and reckless.
But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at.
You
Like
saying
these,
because he was able to purchase that vehicle.
yeah.
That
I mean,
I don't.
I might be on a stretch, but I just think
I
it
think there's
coincides
a
for
lot
him.
of bad to the NIL. I think I don't blame NIL for that.
All right, hey, got your opinion, got mine. I just think
Yeah,
it's being revealed, man. The NIL thing is
it's not
not a
good.
good thing. No, it's not.
It's out of control. It's making these athletes out of control. But
Yeah,
I don't blame that one on the NIL. I do think some kind of support system failed him because even with the mistake that he made, I'm gonna say allegedly, but with the first accident,
mhm.
um, somebody needed to wrap their arms around him because
Yeah,
2 days after the accident, he declared for the draft. So he was like, "Yeah, I'm out."
because of the pressure, the scrutiny.
Yeah. So, and it was going to affect his draft stock. He still would have been drafted.
Yeah,
Some boards had him a top 10 receiver. You know,
But
receivers don't last long in the draft. He'd have been at the very least by the third round drafted.
yeah, but still, he was facing a trial. I mean, he might not even made it
He
that
might
far.
not have gotten a chance to.
Yeah, I think he knew he was going to lose this case probably.
Well, I don't know how this last chase ended up. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what led to that, but yeah, that showed he needed some kind of help.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, it's a sad situation.
There's other things I blame the NIL for.
Well, let's talk about that. Quarterback Nico.
Say his last name. Say it.
Malva. I don't know.
I just call him Nico. I don't know.
I'll call him Nico. He's quarterback for Tennessee.
He was quarterback for Tennessee.
He was. So he was making $2 million, and he wanted $4 million from Tennessee, and they wouldn't do it. When you saw this, man, what was you thinking? I was like, what's going on?
That's where NIL is messed up. These quote unquote student athletes. He held out a practice like he was a pro. He held out. Micah Parsons is in line to get the biggest non-quarterback contract in the history of the NFL. He was at voluntary practice. This college kid, who's a redshirt sophomore, says, y'all ain't paying me enough. I ain't coming to practice.
The first holdout ever in NIL history.
Yeah. Hey, but I commend Tennessee coaches.
Yeah.
No man's bigger than the team. And they let him go.
They let him go, but he's in the draft portal. So I mean,
yeah, he's in the portal, but who gonna
a transfer portal?
I'm a coach. I'm leery.
Yeah, you got to question him.
Yeah, what happened? You come in this year, which spring practice has already started. So you're gonna come in, you're gonna be behind. You come in and you get the starting position, and you have a great season. We're gonna be back at the table again next year.
No. Yeah. Well, they opened this. That's why I asked you: was the NIL a bad idea? Is it a bad idea?
I'm gonna say the NIL isn't a bad idea. However, the way they're handling it is bad. There's got to be some type of parameters.
What would that be, though? What would the parameters look like?
That's above my pay grade. There ought to be a certain amount of money that these schools can spend per player. This is the most you can give a player.
But is it the money, or is it the guidance, the lack of guidance, and like you talked about earlier?
Well, I mean, if they don't have anybody teaching them how to handle their finances,
yeah, that could be it. I don't know.
But this dude just said his last name. He said, "I want more money."
I ain't even gonna attempt it.
And you know that, but that's how it works. Old girl, I forgot her name. She played for Florida State, led the country in scoring.
Mm-hmm.
She hit the portal. She's actually going to South Carolina now. The people at Florida State were not surprised when she hit the portal because they said we knew all along because we can't pay her what she can make somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying. It's not college sports anymore. It's amateur, professional sports.
Yeah, you got mercenaries going around. That's why they need to have a limit. All right, this is what you can get paid. And if that means that you guys, when your opportunity comes to go pro, you go, then you go.
Yeah, some kind of cap.
They need a cap.
Yeah, some kind of cap, man. Because this is crazy. I was like, dude, want 4. He didn't even make it to the ball. How they doing the season? I don't keep up with Tennessee football.
They made it to the playoff. They lost, but they didn't make it to the playoff. They had a good season, but come on, man.
$4 million.
And I promise you, at this point, wherever you go is not going to have the talent surrounding you that Tennessee had. So,
But the question is, do you want to make more money or do you want to win? What's more important?
I think winning helps to make money.
But what about you? What if you were a 19, 20-year-old, 21-year-old kid? And I mean, what would you choose? Money or winning?
I like to win though. Depends on the money.
4 million?
As opposed to what?
As opposed to, I don't know, 2 million.
I take the two. You
You
know why I
take
take the
to
two?
win. Okay.
I take the two to win because I'm in college and I'm trying to let these pros see me. Now, if I'm making 4 million playing somewhere where we go 5 and 7, is that gonna help my draft stock?
Do
But
you
if
care?
I'm 2 million and we going 11 and 1, look, those days are finally coming to an end. Days of Baycott and RJ playing till they 30 in college.
It's because of COVID, man. COVID years.
Those days are coming to an end. So you're not gonna make that money but so long. You got to start looking long term. If I make 2 now for a chance to be a high NFL draft pick, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but the kids, anybody that young, think about the future. I mean, they do to a certain extent, but people live in the now. A lot
But
of the kids live in the now. You
yeah,
get this
but
car now.
okay. But if I come to this 19-year-old kid and say, "Hey, we're gonna give you $2 million,"
Mm-hmm.
$2 million, man.
Yeah, that used to be the case, but now when you look and some of these people making 5
That's
and
that's
10, it's crazy. Whoever,
it's
nobody would have thought this would be going on right now.
especially legally.
Legally, yeah, illegally it's been going on. We know. We
And
know
you
it's been
wonder
going
because Duke basketball, last I read, they have $10 million allotted to the basketball team.
on. 10 million.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
While we're on that, I do want to ask you about the Duke player that could possibly be deported.
That made me cuss. Malawatch.
Mala Watts, man, talk about that.
Trump.
Like, what's going on with that?
Trump.
But I
He's
mean, I know,
revoking all their visas.
and I heard, is this true or not that he heard about this news right before the game?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He didn't
that's what
play
I
his
heard.
best.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
He
And I'm just
didn't
like,
play
man,
his best, and it's quite possible because he had been playing really, really well. He didn't play his best. That's possible, but I mean that's just unbelievable.
yeah.
But this is what people want:
But
get
yeah.
all these people who ain't American out of here, not realizing ain't nobody gonna be here but the Indian.
Mm. Well, he said he wants to deport everybody. Donald Trump said it's when the criminal calls a criminal a criminal.
Yeah, he had the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, he don't want to just deport illegals. He wanted to deport all
Everybody.
everybody, man.
And I
Isn't that
can't believe
something?
that these people co-sign with this stuff, but they do.
Yeah, but it's really like I was thinking earlier. I was like, you know what? America is not what it used to be as far as how we're viewed.
No,
It used to be the place for opportunity, and we had democracy and the right to vote and opportunity. But he's taking away the jobs.
yeah, you know, when we were in school, we would always be told that, and America was a great melting pot where everybody came. You're tired, you're poor, you're huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, and it ain't like that anymore.
No, you still have the people here for now. You have a melting pot of people, but like I said,
But you trying to get them all out.
yeah, people living in fear, really, of getting picked up
Yeah,
and sent
and
away.
it's sad. A while back, Mount Airy City Schools had to put out a press brief saying that they are going to support their children because there was a fear of ICE coming and getting the kids at school.
Yeah,
that these are the times that we live in, and all you said you didn't believe, you didn't vote for this, you really did vote for this.
Yeah.
He ran a campaign based off hate. And there you go.
Yeah. Here we are. Here we are. So yeah, I want to ask you about the deportation of the players because we won't see. That's not the end of that.
Oh no, it's definitely not the end of it.
No.
Yeah, that guy, man.
Yeah, I do want to give you your audience an update. The stabbing. So Carmelo Anthony, he was released today
Okay.
on bond. It was reduced from 1 million to 250,000, and they were able to pay that. A lot of people, of course, they're upset about it. Some people are cheering, some people are upset, but I mean that's justice. Like that's how the justice system works. You're supposed to be granted bond, reasonable
That's
bond.
right. You're supposed to be innocent till proven guilty.
That too.
This guy has, I mean, he doesn't have a history of walking around stabbing people or being a menace. Why would he not? A million was steep to begin with.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, that's where they are. They're trying to get him. I mean, we'll see how this plays out. Again, there's supposed to be video coming out that might tell more of the story, but we'll be watching this for sure.
But what's the video going to tell if we can't hear it? If we don't have audio, we know he stabbed him. He has yet to say he did. I mean, he said he stabbed him.
We need to see who approached who and who was the aggressor. I don't think you need audio.
Yeah, I think we know that Austin approached Carmelo. Now, how he approached him, I don't know, because he was under their tent.
But did he put his hands on him? That's what I want to see. Did he touch him?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I want to see. I want to see how.
But why hasn't it come out yet?
I don't know. Well, for both. Well, I'll say for both parties. Really, for Carmelo, if it comes out, then
if you go, yeah, how you gonna get it? My question, I don't know that it comes out. How you get a jury to be impartial seeing the video?
You can't. That's why they're holding it, which is smart and helpful to him. But one thing that was brought up, I've been hearing, is that he wasn't read his Miranda rights, which he should have been read.
They forgot to remandize him.
They did. So he was just saying, I did it. I did this.
Let me go. You got to let me go.
Yeah. That's gonna be something to come up.
Yeah, I'd be like, why are we even here? Yeah, y'all didn't even remandize me.
Yeah, you gotta do that. That's kind of given. So we'll see. We'll keep up with it, man. And what the story, man? I got one for you. What I've been questioning: is it over for the black conservative, man? Is it over? And the reason I'm gonna ask you this. The reason why I ask you is because the guy on your right, the guy that you can't stand, Jason Whitlock, right? Mm-hmm. He has been attacked by a fellow MAGA person, Nick Fuentes. You know him. He's
old Nick.
Yeah, this is what he said about Jason Whitlock.
You are a token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views. That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't, because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white. So there's a limit on what I can say.
I hate that guy.
I hate him too. But does he have a point?
It's a Nick Fuentes. I
know you don't want to agree. I know
but because it's him and he's so hateful and racist and everything he says anyway, I don't know that he can get a whole lot of people to co-sign with him.
I don't know, man. You listen to what he's saying. So he's saying that Jason Whitlock does have a following because he's black. Like he says everything white people want to say.
We know that.
Yeah, that's all he's saying.
Yeah, but it's the way he said it.
It's because of who said it too.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's because of who said it and the way he said it. He's right in that. I mean, we know And we know that's why Whitlock panders to him.
Mm-hmm. He was hurt, man. He was crying. He was in Whitlock. He was in tears on his podcast.
Nick Fuentes hurt his feelings.
Yeah, he feels like he's losing. He's just losing it. He feels like he's losing the war against the woke. He feels like people are coming down on him and not respecting his Christian values. He's just losing it, man. That's why I said, is it over? Has the time run out where, you know what? MAGA's in the house. MAGA has taken over the White House. So why do we need these blacks to say what we can say ourselves?
I certainly hope that Whitlock's time has ran out. I certainly hope it has. And I done told you 2,092 times, and this will be 2,093. They need to quit talking about their Christian values.
He's not the only one. A guy named Dave Smith, he's also a conservative. He had this to say.
I couldn't imagine whoever else the director of national intelligence was going to be being better than Tulsi Gabbard. I couldn't imagine whoever the head of the FBI being better than Kash Patel, or whoever the health secretary being better than Bobby Kennedy. But at the same time, you know, you got Tulsi, cheering on leveling an apartment building. Literally, as they're saying to him, hey, we traced Missile Guy back to his apartment building where his girlfriend lives. So we leveled the building, and she's sending like thumbs up emojis and saying, job well done, team.
What they're saying basically is, this is not what we signed up for. The conservative, he's a MAGA guy. He's saying that he didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah, he did, because he even said, I couldn't think of anybody better than Tulsi Gabbard. And, okay. You couldn't think of anybody better than that because that's who Trump wanted.
Yeah.
Trump has ruined the Republican Party.
He has, and it's great to see. I'm not even a Republican hater like that, but that's what they voted for. That's what you got.
This is what you got. This is what you wanted. This is what you got. And everybody's gonna suffer.
Now we talked about Candace Owens. We get a lot of comments off of Candace.
You didn't have no better picture of Candace than that.
No, I like that one. She looks confused. Because she is confused. Now listen to this. This is what she had to say regarding her switch. They've been talking about her pivoting away from MAGA. And here's what she had to say.
Into the idea of it. And like I said, I did do Howie Mandel's show the other day, as well as Jillian Michaels. And I'll show you some of those fun clips. And I realized at least this. I've definitely changed. I think my positions have not moved, but I'm completely done. I mean, totally and completely done with the left versus right game in politics, because it is now just so abundantly obvious that there is something much more sinister that is happening. When we elect politicians, they're on a platform, they say this, they perform, they promise us this is going to be the mandate. I'm going to clean up DC. And then we send them to DC and nothing happens.
Nothing happens. They send them to DC and nothing happens. That's surprising coming from Candace.
It is, but there's a lot happening out of DC right now. But yeah, it is surprising coming from her. Well, I mean, she see what they're doing to Whitlock.
Yeah.
You next.
Right. So, when they pivot or when they pivot away from, can they come back? Can they come back, man? Can you welcome Candace back if she says, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong about MAGA. Apologies.
I'll welcome Candace back before I welcome that other one.
Before you welcome Jason.
Yeah. I have a strong dislike for Jason Whitlock.
I can tell, man. I can tell.
Yeah.
But it just makes you wonder, like, where they head. I just don't think the need and the want and the desire to hear these people speak anymore is there.
Yeah, like you said, because they can say it themselves now.
We don't need you. Your time's up. Like, we don't really need that anymore. We say what we want to say.
Yeah, we love to ourselves.
Yeah.
Man,
but yeah.
I hope the time is up for these guys.
I think it may be. I mean, I could be wrong. There's plenty of them out there. I mean, there's so many. You got your Brandon Tatums. They're out there. The twin guys. I forget their names. The twin guys. I think they're from Martinsville.
Mother made you, mother had you, mother bye.
Yeah. So there's no take. So you're saying there's no taking them back? Don't come back.
I mean, it. Fortunately for y'all, I won't have the last vote. My vote is no.
So who are you trading them for? You remember that? You remember Chappelle would had to trade? You could trade. Who would you trade Jason Whitlock for from the white community? Who's a good one? That's a good question, right?
Can't we just trade you for a future consideration?
I was probably gonna want JT. You like JT?
I thought about JT. I was about to say Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
He's a good white guy. Good, clean white guy.
You trade. What about Candace? Woman for woman. Who would you trade her for?
I would say Taylor Swift, but Kanye done said all that stuff about her. Nah. we don't need no more freaks.
Yeah, you ain't gonna keep. Oh, that's wrong, man. Oh.
Hey, how about we'll trade her for Caitlin Clark?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, man. I would have said back in the day. I would have said Michael Rappaport, but he been acting kind of stupid lately.
They keep him. We give him back. Evidently, at some point we traded for him. We trading him back.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about that. But Tim Tebow's a good one. I'm trying to think of some other athletes. I would have said Travis Kelce back in the day.
Yeah.
He's a little shaky.
He done switched up.
He's a little shaky, man. But not JT. Robin Thicke. I would trade for Robin Thicke.
You trade for Robin Thicke over JT?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? Just give me Eminem.
We trading. There you go. We trading Eminem. Y'all can have Whitlock.
There you go. Sounds fair to us.
Oh man. Well. Here's time for you to defend your boy. I know you will. I know you're gonna defend him. So LeBron James was out at shoot around with a shirt off and a do-rag. Sound crazy, right? Well, Isaiah Thomas had this to say.
We ain't summer league. We ain't, at the YMCA.
Listen, I think coaches got to go back to suits.
Absolutely.
I just mean.
Absolutely. I just think
college and pro.
I just think the professionalism in our NBA league has diminished so much. And I look, I like LeBron. I'm a fan of his, so forth and so on. But to walk out on the floor before a game with no shirt on and shoot, I mean, come on, man. Where we at? What we doing? Where we at? Now, if you want
to talk about it, man, defend your guy, LeBron, the King James. Defend this, man.
Is that a stadium full of people?
There's people there watching.
Looking in the back of that picture, you don't see nobody.
That's the front row. You know, the front row people come late.
He's warming up before the game.
Okay.
And he ain't got no Lakers stuff on right there. He's warming up before the game. It's a shoot around. Okay. It's like practice.
Yeah, but you can put a shirt on.
How many people play basketball with no shirt?
But you're a professional in an arena with people there.
It ain't representing.
But you're representing the brand NBA, right?
It ain't game time. He's doing the shooter. I bet you, if there was gonna be people there, he'd have had a shirt on.
There are people there. He was on camera.
You know, them cameramen be there before the players be there. Man,
you think this is professional?
Would just get off my yard.
You think this is professional? The do-rag, all that.
Hey, I think that's not supposed to be for public consumption right there.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna say that it wasn't really people there. People there. It
But there's
wasn't people.
people watching, like he's on the broadcast. Like that's why they were showing it, because this was the pre-show. And look at LeBron out there warming up. He's like, man, why don't he put a shirt on? Quit playing. This ain't professional. I can't believe you in your heart of hearts, if this was somebody else, you wouldn't defend this. You love LeBron, man.
Blame AI.
Don't blame Allen Iverson for this, man. LeBron, he's the king of the league.
He brought the unprofessionalism to the league. Blame AI.
Artificial intelligence.
No, Allen Iverson. The answer. That's the answer to the question.
No. I would go along with that, man, but LeBron is such a staple.
LeBron's bigger than the league.
He's bigger than the league. That's the problem. He thinks this is okay. Nobody really does this. He's the only one that does this.
Do we know that? Do we really know that?
Sure. I'm pretty daggone sure that he's the only one out there with a shirt and a do-rag on. Pretty sure.
Do we really know that? Oh, did he happen to be seen and Isaiah was in one of them grumpy moods?
So you just saying Isaiah just bitter and grumpy. Old man.
He's grumpy. Why he going off? He going off on because the coaches get to be comfortable now when they coach. He don't like that either.
He want the coaches to go back to suits.
Hey, but tell Isaiah, don't go and look back when he was coaching GM, some stuff that was going on with him that was unprofessional.
See, there you go. You always got to make it personal. You can't just keep it basketball. You can't just keep it basketball, okay?
He did unprofessional stuff. So why is he talking about LeBron out there warming up? He didn't go out there to play the game with no shirt on and a do-rag.
Man, I'm just saying, like, so LeBron is LeBron. I know you're going to defend. That's why I knew whenever the subject was brought, like, he's going to defend LeBron no matter what. He loves LeBron.
Speaking of, you didn't say that when I sent you that thing about LeBron having a Ken doll.
Because nobody cares. LeBron,
that's how big this dude is. He's got a Ken doll.
That's the problem, man. These players
athlete with a Ken doll.
Who cares? A Ken doll. That's why the NBA is soft. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the NBA dying. It's the reason right here.
It ain't
NBA
dying.
is soft. It's dying, man. The ratings are down. You know why?
They got so many other options.
They've always had options, man. They've always had options. We could have watched anything, but there's games being played all the time. It's 82 games, of course.
Too many doggone games. Now watch when the playoffs. It'll be normal during the playoffs.
You think so?
Yeah, playoffs about to start. Like playing starts tomorrow.
But does anybody care right now?
Well,
people care.
Part of it is you got LeBron. Like I told you before, LeBron, Steph, KD. These three are bigger than the league right now. KD ain't in the playoffs. Steph is in the play-in game.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's the third seed. They're not the favorites. If these guys were winning, it'd be totally different.
Well, my thing is, we talked about this, making things better, leaving things better than the way you found them, leaving them better. You think they're leaving this league in a good place? Honestly,
skill-wise, yeah.
I'm saying the league. I'm not saying just skill-wise. I'm saying as a whole, as an image, as a brand.
Well, part of it is you got, like I said, these three old guys who have basically said, take the mantle. And there ain't been a young guy come and do it yet.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So don't blame the old guys for trying to make the young men up their game to take it.
Are they mentors, though?
I would say they are.
Are they being OGs? I don't think so, man.
I would say LeBron and Steph.
You think they're mentors to these young players?
I do. I really do.
You think they're mentors to John Morant?
But I would say they're more mentors to their teammates.
But that's not, to me, that's not mentorship if you're not reaching outside of the house, right? That's like you being.
It can still be mentorship because these guys like Ja got to be willing to accept.
Fair.
And I don't see Ja them accepting it.
That's fair. They're fair because it's a grown man's league. But I feel like a lot of these guys, like we talk about Anthony Edwards, some of these guys are really misguided.
And that he ought to have a teammate or even a coach. He's what, 23 years old, somewhere around there. He ought to have a coach, or he got an old teammate that ought to be like, man, you gotta slow down what you're doing. But Anthony Edwards is gonna be like, I'm the face of this franchise. You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah. I was at Dick's Sporting Goods, I think it was Friday, and I looked on the wall. They had the players. They had LeBron, they had Tatum, they had Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. And I was like, wow. Lackluster wall here.
Yeah, you got LeBron. Jason Tatum should be there, but he's so bland. I don't know. Which, I mean, that's good for his personal life. He's bland.
Yeah.
Ja and Ant, you don't really want to fool with them.
Right. But again, that's the future of the league.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they like, to me, you show people how to be professional. You think back of a Michael Jordan.
Wrong guy. Wrong one.
No, I'm not talking about personally. See, you talking personally. I'm talking basketball.
He ain't even like his teammate.
I'm talking about branding.
Oh, branding. I was about to say, don't talk about him trying to make his teammates better stuff.
I'm not talking about imaging. I'm talking about imaging, making the league better. I think he made the league better. You can't argue that. You say what you want about Jordan. I think he made the league better.
But if there's no Magic and Bird, there's no Jordan.
Again, they made the league better. Yeah. It's like they handed it down. Everybody's handing it down. But I don't think LeBron's really handing anything down.
Because he's still better than 90% of them.
So once he steps away, he'll hand it down once he's ready. That's what you're saying. He's just not ready to step down.
Yeah, I mean, he's still better. How am I handed to you and I'm better than you?
That's not the way it works, man. LeBron, Jordan gave up his crown.
Yeah, but Jordan wasn't LeBron's age, still playing at the level that LeBron's playing at.
You're a LeBron Glazer.
I am a LeBron sexual.
You're a LeBron Glazer, man. You are. Just admit it.
But I mean, you got dude 40 years old. How old is LeBron? He might be
about 47. Nah, he about 40. He probably 42.
He's over 40.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still playing at the level that he's playing. It's hard for me to give something up when I'm better. I'm still the best player on my team. Now we got Luka.
Yeah.
So he's probably not the best player on the team. Finally.
Finally.
This is the first time he's played probably ever in his life. He's not the best player on the team.
All right, you done. You got something right. You got something on you.
Watch out now.
In the corner.
Watch out now. And he got a Ken doll.
Oh, God. Enough of this guy.
We can talk about LeBron all day. Goat James.
Let's talk about Jaden Daniels attending the wedding with his mom. We talked about him before. Like we already done clowned you for how your mom was acting. Now you gonna show up with your mom at an event.
That's right. You gotta have a plus one, and his plus one is his mama.
I don't want to clown him too bad. I don't want to clown because that's your mom. You love your mom.
Yeah, you love your mama, but you mess around, you end up married to your mama.
Yeah, that's a little much, man, because everybody already knows what she pulled with Juju the other week.
And then he's on the dance floor, And when girls get on the dance floor, she get on the dance floor and get in the middle and dance with him. Then when he leave the dance floor, she go leave the dance floor. Then when he go back on, she go back on.
Mama, get a man.
Something
Get a
not
man.
healthy. Yeah, something not healthy about that.
Get a man, mama.
Ain't no man gonna put up with that.
Ain't no woman gonna put up with that either if he ever get one.
Yeah, he can forget that. He gonna be single. He gonna be single till mama die.
That's a shit for real. I mean, come on, dude. You know people talking already, and you're gonna show it with your plus one as your mom.
Yeah, you think about how many people at that wedding, Brandon Ayuk's wedding, went with their plus one who was a date. This dude, I'm gonna take my mama.
Now what you gonna do is what's gonna happen, man. You gonna take your mom. Somebody might try.
Your mama gonna disappear for a minute, and you gonna be mad at your teammate.
Somebody gonna try to get
because your teammate is knocking your mama.
Yeah, LeBron. It happened to LeBron.
Happened to LeBron. Happened to LeBron.
Happened to LeBron. That happened. You better quit bringing your mom around your team.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Don't. That's not a good look.
Then you gonna be mad. Hey, leave your mama at home.
Leave your mom at home.
I don't understand. She ought to be ashamed of us, but she don't care.
She don't care. She thinks it's funny. She thinks it's cute, and she cute now. I did say that. She do.
Man, I told her the more she do stuff, the more uncute she get.
She cute. I don't like her actions, man.
Yeah,
what about Kanye? What about Kanye suggesting he could have been with Beyonce?
He asked. You know what? I commend the Carters because the Carters just fly above it. They let him talk as foolish and reckless as he want to, and the Carters just fly above it.
That's a lawsuit coming.
Yeah, that's a lawsuit, or somebody gonna catch Kanye by himself one day.
Yeah, so I mean, you already disrespected the kids. You called the kids the R word. Now you're saying you could have slept with Beyonce. Like what? When does this end? Like
it's always gonna end.
What are you trying to prove, bro? Like what's going on?
It's like I don't understand if he just say I don't understand him. He says stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ain't no answers to it. Ain't no answer to this. It's just open-ended, man. I don't know.
I don't want to hear he's having a mental breakdown. I don't believe that.
No, it's every week. We said something for like 3 weeks about him.
Yeah. For 3 weeks we've said, wait, man, we done with him, and he do something else. Hey, you ain't go here lately. You're not gonna have a podcast without talking about Trump or Kanye.
Can't. In some form,
they're gonna be together.
What about Neo? You heard about Neo and his polyamory relationship? He got 5 women.
When he first came out, I thought Neo was gay. Clearly, he ain't.
I mean,
his women got to be faithful to him.
Yeah. He don't let them go out there and venture out. But he got his thing.
That's
isn't that crazy? So this is what he had to say, man, when it comes to like the challenges, because this can be challenging, man. It's not easy trying to balance 5 women. Obviously, listen what he said.
What are the challenges? Be honest, because don't make it sound like it's no.
So one of the major challenges is time, because I don't have a lot of free time. I have 7 beautiful children. I have a career that is still moving, like it's still 2025. I mean 2005 in this thing. So I don't have a lot of free time, and everybody needs their own individual time. We do things as a group, but in a relationship like this, you have to make sure that individual time is just as poignant as group time. So, there's certain situations where one may feel like this one is getting a little more attention, or this one is getting a little more time, or something like that. Yeah. But again, whenever that happens, I bring everybody together. We all hash it out right then and there. Okay, let's bring your issue to the table, and we resolve it as a group. That's the only way it works.
Yeah.
So diplomatic, that Neo guy.
I gotta wonder what's up with these women.
What you mean? They just want to be in that type of relationship. They in the poly.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, any women that's cool with that?
I don't personally.
Where they make them?
Well, I shouldn't say that. I have known people that said they would do that. They wouldn't mind doing that. I have heard a couple people say that.
Yeah, you know, you've heard them say they wouldn't mind doing it.
But I don't
But
think
if the rubber hit the road, they would be like, no, I can't, no. Yeah, I don't.
But there's women out there. There's women out there that love fame. They love to be in the spotlight. They love the lifestyle that comes with somebody like Neo. Neo's a star. I mean, he's been a star since he said like 05.
But do they love themselves?
They love him more, probably, I would say.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's insane. But any man, I'm just saying, you know, Neo's not a young man anymore.
No.
I guess it's easier to have 5 women who know about each other, trying to satisfy them, than to have 5 who don't.
And trying to be out here cheating, just
try to tell you, yeah, Lord, I told this one this lie, and I told this one this lie. And what is your name? I guess that's easier, but that's still a lot.
It's a relationship. It's a relationship, and I think he said further in the interview, it's not all about, you know, having sex. It's about a relationship. Like they watch TV together, you know, they might play the game. You know, it's like a real friendship too there. 5 women. Why are you laughing, man?
That's just insane to me. Who wanna? All right, y'all go in there and y'all do whatever y'all do. I'm be out here ready to play a Madden with you when you get done.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but some people, they just can't be faithful, or they just don't want that commitment, because he can go and do what he wants.
What? Okay, so do you consider him being faithful?
He's been faithful probably to the 5 women.
I mean, do you consider that being faithful?
Oh man, I guess so. Yeah, since they know he's being honest. I guess you're being honest.
He's being honest.
He's being honest. He's like, hey, this is what I want to do. He said he's having fun too.
I guess he is, because because you got this thing in your personality that she don't have. And if I was dating her just exclusively, I'd be missing this about you.
Mm-hmm.
You got this thing that you do that she don't do. And if I was just dating her, I'd be missing that thing. I mean, he think he got the best of both worlds.
Sound like you putting it together pretty well. That's pretty good. Like, if you think of it like that.
I don't understand how them women put a deal with
it.
I can more see him because, I mean, he ain't lying to nobody. But I don't see why they deal with it.
But don't you think women respect the honest man more than they respect somebody that's going to just play games with them?
That's what they tell you.
Well, no, I'm being, like, in his case, he's being honest with them. He's saying, I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna be with her. We all in the same house. You know what's going on. That's honesty, right?
That's because he's Neo.
Exactly. He's Neo. He's also an honest man with money and fame.
Yeah. So let you and me.
Oh no, we broke.
Go get us 5 women and tell them, look, I'm gonna see her and I'm gonna see her, and we all gonna live together. We're gonna live in this house. Yeah, you got to sleep on the couch. That's gonna be part of your role. See how that works.
See, we're not equipped for that. Now Neo's equipped for that, as in where he lives. I'm just saying is where he lives. I'm sure he got a big enough house for all of them. He got enough money to take care of all 5. Just like the Muslims. I know in Muslim culture, I think they can have multiple wives because they can, as long as they can afford to keep them up. He's probably living that. He's living that life, man. But on a serious note, though, we did hear him say he had 7 kids. How do you think this looks for his kids?
It's setting a bad example. I wonder How many boys he got? Well, either way,
yeah.
both ways they're gonna think it's okay.
So look at it from the boy's point of view. How would you look at it from a young man's perspective?
I'll never settle down with a woman.
I'm gonna be like my daddy.
I'm gonna be like daddy.
You're a player.
And daddy ain't even a player though. I can't consider daddy a player. He got 5 women.
That's pimpish.
Pimpish. He's more of a pimp than a player. A player try to dip and dodge and hide and all this. He ain't gotta do all that.
No violence. I don't think. Hope
The
not.
bros all get along. How in the world can you bring 5 women into a house and all them bros get along?
And they probably,
He got some
you
pimp.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably
If
some
he say,
hate.
look, come here. We need some help tonight. Come. I mean, he got some real pimp behavior to have all them women there and no drama.
Okay, and then from a daughter's perspective, it looks a little crazy for her too. Like she's like, wow.
I'll never find a man to settle down with.
Yeah. Or what am I worth?
I expect him to have. I'm not enough. Yeah, that's what these women think. I'm not enough for him. Honey, you is enough. You think more of yourself than that girl.
Inspirational.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, or you just like to have a little fun. Maybe you're having a time of your life too.
Yeah, man. And I guess do they all got to get do we have them get tested?
For what? That probably first.
He ain't got to worry about it because they ain't stepping out on him.
No, he made it clear that like once they sign up with him, you want to go, you can go.
But you ain't coming back.
You ain't coming back.
That's a pimp. Neo is a pimp.
It's a little pimpish. That's what I'm saying. It's a little pimp. He a pimp, maybe. I think he's more of a pimp.
Yeah, he's more pimp than player. Yeah, all that time I thought he was a little.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe he's compensating. What if he really is, and he just like doing this? Like, oh, you think I'm
really
gonna show you?
That's right. I'm gonna look at all these women I got, and that's possible.
Hey, he proving us wrong.
At some point, he got to be true to himself. Right now, I guess he's true to himself. I got a bunch of women.
Yeah, but how does this end, man? How does this play out? He's 40. He's probably 48. How does this play out when you turn 60? You think he'll find someone to?
How old are the women? I don't know how old.
Oh, I'm sure they're younger than him. I'm sure. You know what? That's gotta be. You're not gonna get.
You're not gonna get no 48-year-old women to go along with that. Not no 48-year-old black women.
No women. I don't think nobody.
Nah, that's true. Neil end up on Snap.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my plan right here. This is what I want to do, y'all. Have a seat.
Yeah. They were on this episode of Dateline, Neo, he's dead.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully this doesn't end bad for him. Because R. Kelly probably had this situation going.
He keep getting older.
Mm-hmm.
And them girls at some point, all right, at some point, Neo's usefulness is going to go away.
When you say that, what do you mean?
The older he gets.
What usefulness is going to go away?
He ain't going to be the big star that he is. I mean, I'm sure he'll still have money. He might reach a point where them pills don't help.
Maybe.
And the one that's there for that, like, man, what I'm sticking around for with your old men got worms anyway, you know.
Okay, I see that. But what about the flip side of that, where he's just like, man, I'm getting too old for it. I'm tired. Like, I'm tired. I'm really tired. I don't want to come home to 5 women.
He ought to get tired. Now is where you're gonna have. Now is where you have your episode of Dateline with Neo.
When he get tired,
we're gonna get rid of him.
Yeah, there you go.
I ain't gonna say Lisa, Angela, Pamela, Renee. Bye. I'm choosing
around the way.
Yeah, I'm choosing this one. Yeah, that's not gonna end well.
No, no, ain't no release. I mean, you can release them back, but they ain't gonna want to just go back to wherever they came from.
Yeah, huh? And how does that mess up the dude that comes behind them?
Yeah, because I think it's a basketball player. I think his name is what is the dude? He's like the sixth man of the year, a few years. Played for Atlanta. What's his name? He had the he was in
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Yeah, Lou
Williams.
Lou Williams in a poly relationship. I don't know how that. He just had 2, I believe.
2 is easier than 5.
I don't know. I think all of anything more than one is
more than one. One is sometimes too many.
One is plenty. Sometimes I don't even want to talk. Sometimes I want to come home, peace. I don't want to talk.
5
Imagine
women, you're not gonna have there's not gonna be a spot where you can just be. They're gonna be everywhere.
One of them gonna want to talk.
Yep.
If not 2. If not 5.
Why don't you go talk to your sister wife?
Why don't y'all talk? That's why y'all here. Keep each other talking.
So I ain't got to deal with y'all. I don't see how you do. I don't.
Yeah. So anybody out there in a poly relationship, please comment. Tell us how this works. I don't.
Please tell us how it works. We won't get smart.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want no part of it.
Trying to get smart.
Right. I'm gonna let you do the research, man. I don't. Yeah, that's crazy to me, man. But it's going on more and more because I think with social media and people just not get married like they used to. I don't think people respect marriage like they used to. They'd rather either be single or maybe even in something like this. And I don't know what the reason. Well, kind of do. I think a lot of it has to do with just seeing people get divorced.
Yeah, but man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's interesting. Insane. So we'll talk a little basketball. We ended with some playoff news. When do the playoffs start exactly?
Next week. The play-ins are this week. I think playoffs start next week.
What you got?
God.
The Lakers, of course. Never mind.
I mean, that's definitely a hard pick.
Is it?
Yeah. Lakers don't have a big man. I really don't see them coming out of the West. I would have, even though Oklahoma City has just run wild with the West, I would have picked Denver, but then they fired their coach. They got all that mess going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Lakers. Lakers out of the West.
Out the West. I like Cleveland out of the East. My pick.
Cleveland's looking good.
I like Cleveland. I definitely like Cleveland out of the West. I don't know. I ain't really keeping up with the West. I don't ever stay up for those games.
Yeah, OKC is, but I mean, Lakers just beat the brakes off OKC, and then OKC beat the brakes off Lakers. But I'm going I go Lakers. Lakers. It's not gonna be Lakers Celtics, but man, can you imagine Lakers Cleveland?
LeBron versus the whole team.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm still gonna go Lakers Celtics.
Lakers Celtics. I might say Lakers Cavs. That's a stretch.
I don't know. Cavs. I think the Cavs won the East. The Lakers are the stretch part.
But still, that's a little.
Lakers are more of a heart pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be watching, man. I'll be tuned in, man. Make sure you put your picks on there who you want. Got the NBA. Make sure you get those ratings up, man, because they down. NBA's dying.
It's playoff time. Look, Trump, it's playoff time. They'll go up. People will watch. Let LeBron get further. Let Steph get in there and playoff for sure.
Where is Chris? Is hurt, right? Chris Paul is still hurt.
He's in San Antonio, I think.
Yeah. They weren't able to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I guess because Wemby got hurt anyway.
Yeah, Wemby got hurt. Yeah, poor Chris Paul, man. I want to see him get a ring.
It ain't gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen, is it?
If time's passing him by, his best shot was when he was in Phoenix and they was in the finals.
Yeah. Still didn't get it.
Yep.
All right, bro. You got anything you want to get off your chest before we get out of here? Any Trump news? We really didn't talk a lot about Trump.
Man,
Do you have anything you want to get at?
let's not. You said good stuff. Do we got anything good? That's not.
Or anything. Get off your chest.
Congratulations to Paige Beckers for being the #1 pick in the WNBA draft.
Okay.
She just got picked.
Who did she get picked by?
I don't know. Some sorry team.
Of course.
Who did she get picked by? I don't know. Oh man. But how about, I mean, this ain't, and I know we done.
No, you good. What you got?
LACY for Wiley.
Oh yeah, she left South Carolina.
Yeah.
Got in the transfer portal. I wasn't surprised. She didn't sound like she wanted to be there.
You know, Dawn Staley coached her hard.
Mm-hmm.
And she coached her hard because she thought that was what she needed. Clearly it wasn't.
You can't coach everybody the same.
Yeah. Which, I mean, she coached her different. She coached her harder than everybody else.
She thought she had more potential, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was, I mean, I don't know why that.
Yeah. Yeah. She's gonna be. Who's gonna pick her up? Where's she transferring to?
Somebody gonna get her. She hadn't announced yet.
Yeah. She gone.
Somebody gonna take her. But I mean, I think for me that was a little weak on her part.
Yeah, because she the one didn't do so well in that. I mean, the last few games she was.
And Dawn Staley would sit her.
Yeah. You gotta step up. Step up.
Some players can't coach hard.
Yep. Exactly. But you know, LeBron, I'm sure he's not being coached hard.
LeBron bigger than the league. He don't have to.
You can't even get that man to put a shirt on.
He got his boy the job, and his boy doing a good job too. He ought to be coach of the year. Think about how bad the Lakers were.
Oh, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him.
JJ ought to be the coach of the year.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that pick. I can't think anybody else would get it.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Anything else you want to get off your chest? Sports otherwise?
Congratulations to LeBron for having the black Ken doll.
Man, no more LeBron, man.
Another levelness.
LeBron, go put on a shirt.
Congratulations, King James.
Take the do-rag out. What he got a do-rag for him? He about as bald as we are. What's the do-rag for?
Just right through here.
Trying to get waves.
I don't know. I can't defend LeBron.
You can't defend it. That's one thing you can't defend is his hairline.
I can't.
I'm sorry.
For that.
Yes. Good. I love it. All right, bro. Good pie, man. Appreciate you as always, brother.
I love you, man.
I love you too. That's been another episode of Culture No Cap. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all the things. Peace.
Peace.